Hey guys, welcome back to Tech Learners. In this video, we'll be making this class website using HTML and CSS. If you have not accessed the web development course for kids playlist, want to access it, I will be providing the link in the description box. So without wasting time, let's get started. So let us start our video. For that, I'll get a new folder called class website and I'll open my VS Code here. So if you don't know how to create a class effect, you can watch my previous video. I'll provide the video link in the description box. So I'll create a new file called index.html. Inside that, we'll be writing an HTML code and a style.css. Inside the style.css, we'll be writing a CSS. And I'll go to class website folder and create a new folder called images. Inside this, add a class. So I'll paste the image here. So I found this image in Google. You can also go and find it. So in index.html file, let us quickly put the boilerplate and link index.html and style.css file and give it a title to our website. Then in style.css, let us add simple styling of margin 0, padding 0 and box sizing for box. Then in index.html file, let us add a main tag. Inside that, we'll be adding a section tag for the class effect. And I'll give it a class called class. So let us start styling. For that, I'll go to style.css and first I'll style main tag. First, let me give the height of 100 VH. This means the whole height of the page, and I'll add a gradient to it. For that, I'll use background linear gradient. To right top. So what this does is it will just go to right side and upside both. Then I'll add RGB and 255, 255, 255 and RGB 255, 255, 255 and I'll change this colors a bit because this is just a simple white color. So I have changed these colors and I'll start my live server in index.html file and my live server has been started. As you can see that there is a gradient background in main tag. So now let us start styling the section tag. So I give it a class called class. So I'll style the class. So let us set height and width for this. Let me set height as 440 VH and width as 40%. Now I'll enter this page, but you can't see it as the background is not set. Background color, let me choose red, and now as you can see that it's a small box here. So now let us change the height and width. Let us start with 30 VH, and now this is looking perfect. So let us add position fix to it, and let us make this center. To make it center, I will use display flex here and align items center, then justify content center. So what this does is the elements inside main tag will always be in center. So now let us change this background color. Let us use gradient. For that, I'll use linear gradient RGB. So before that, to right RGB 255, 255, 255 and 255, and RGB 255, 255 and 255. Now I'll just where there be a blank white color screen. So let us change this opacity. Let us start with 0.3 and this one is 0.5. And now as you can see that this is a glass effect. So let us change this 0.5 to 0.7. And now this is 0.5. So now let us add an image. For that, inside the main tag, I'll use images.src, images/img.png, alt image, and id image. And now, as you can see that there's image here, but it's back of the glass. To stop that, let us use index3 here and hash image index3. And now as you can see that this image is looking perfect. So now let us change this position. For that I'll use position absolute tag, and let us use right as 10%, and let us use left also 10%. Now I'll save it. I think I should use bottom instead of left. Yeah, as you can see that now this is perfect. So let us decrease this to 10% to 2%. And now as you can see that there is an image here. So let us add an animation to it, as this image will look more nice. For that I'll use animation tag, and I'll use 5 seconds animate easy out infinite. Then I'll add keyframes. So I'll use @keyframes animate, or I'll use 0%. I'll use bottom 2% and 50% bottom 10% and 100% bottom 2% again. So what this does is, at the starting, the distance between bottom and that image should be 2%, and when half completed it should be 10%, and again it should be 2%. Now as you can see that there's an animation here. So now this image is looking perfect. So let us add more elements. For that I'll go to index again, and I will make a div with cross column, and inside that I'll make an heading tag with class heading. Inside the heading tag I'll write class website, and I make a paragraph tag with class para, and inside that I will write learnerz. And now it's looking perfect. So as you can see that there's a text behind the glass. So let us start styling them. So for that I'll go to style.css and start styling column. So I'll use dot column. First let us add gradient to it. For that I'll copy the main tag's gradient and I'll paste it here, and change this opacity to 0.3 and 0.7, and I'll save it. As you can see that there's a background gradient background here. Then I'll use backdrop filter blur, backdrop filter blur 10 pixels, and I'll use z index 4. Now I can see that this is looking perfect. and this as a background filter of blur. Then let us add width of let us try 600 pixels and height of 200 pixels. Yeah, this is looking perfect. Let us make this a bit big. The box. So now this is looking perfect. Then let us add text align left, then position absolute. Then let us add left, or let's try with 8% and top of 30%. So now this looks perfect, but let us change this top to 35% so that it comes. Now this is looking perfect. So I have changed this so this little lighter, and now this is looking. Then let us start styling the heading tag. For that I'll use dot heading. So I will add some fonts for this. For that I'll open it and I'll go to Google Fonts and add paste this. So I'll paste it here. So I know font starting with guys. So yeah, this font looks fine. So I'll select it and copy this and paste in index.html file and copy the CSS and paste in style.css file. So now as you can see that the font has been changed. Now it's fine. So let's make this font size to 50 pixels. And now this is looking perfect. So let us add padding left to it of 50 pixels. Yeah, now this is looking great. So let us start styling .para2. I'll select some nice font for this para2. I'll go down and I think this looks perfect. So I'll select the style, copy this paste in index.html file, copy the CSS and style.css file. And as you can see that the font has been changed. So I'll change font size to 20 pixels. So it's a little big. Let us change this to 9 pixels. And now this is looking perfect, as you can see here. So let us add more elements to it. For that, I'll go to index.html file and I will make a div with class navbar. And inside that, I'll make ul and li into 4 with id. So I think no need of id, let us use a line to 4 and let us add ahref hash. Then let us write here home, about us, contact us, services, and there will be somewhere the navbar. So let's start styling this. So for that I'll go to style.css and I'll type here dot navbar and I'll write here z index 4. Now as you can see that there's an navbar here. So next let us start styling ul. So I'll copy this in a gradient and I will use it again. And now as you can see that the background here. So next let us use list style type none, so that there will be no bullets here, points here. Then next let us use overflow hidden. And let us write here position absolute. So I'll write here top 10%, left 10%. Now I'll save it, so it's not looking nice. So let us change this to 6%. So that will be in half this in glass and little outside the glass. So next let us add background to it. Backdrop filter blur of 10 pixels. Now this is blur. So next let us start styling a lot. So I will write here left, then margin left 60 pixels. And now as you can see that this is perfect. So next let us add padding top and padding bottom. So let us add padding top of 10 pixels and padding bottom of 10 pixels. Then and now as you can see that this padding here. So now let's change this to 66 pixels and see. So there's no gap here. Now let's see, because as we are adding new fonts. So now let us start A. For that I use LIA, text decoration none, the color black. So now it's looking a bit perfect. So let us go and select some nice font. For that I'll go to Google Fonts again, and I do fonts were all Teko. And I'll select this font, I'll copy this CSS, index.html file, paste in style.css, and now it's perfect. But it's a bit small. For that I'll change font size to 30 pixels. It's a bit small, so I'll change to 34 pixels. Now it's looking a bit perfect. So let us use padding right 10 pixels, and now this is looking perfect. So let us add border radius to it. Border radius 10 pixels, and this looks perfect. Our website is about complete. Then let us add a paragraph tag here, p class text. Then here let us write something like class website using HTML and CSS, not CSS. So let us text. For that I'll use .text or z index 4 position absolute. Then I'll use left 12% as we use 10% for the class. Then bottom 12%. And now as you can see that is. So let us use color. Let us use some purple like things like this one, purple. Then let us select some nice fonts for it. So I know a font called Class Antique. So I'll select this font. So yes, this is font I know. So I'll select this, copy this, HTML paste in index.html file. Then add the CSS Glass Antique and the CSS file. Now that is so let us add font size 34 pixels, as we used 34 pixels for live. And as you can see that this website is looking perfect, but something is missing, like animations. So let us add animations too. For that I'll use dot column hover. So something should happen when the column is hovered, like we can change the width and we can add box shadow. So I will copy this width and height and paste it here, and I will use 208 pixels. And now it's becoming a little big. So let us add transition kit. 0.5 seconds is enough. So let us add box shadow. So let us use box shadow 0 pixels, so it will be in center, and 20 pixels and 3 pixels. And let us add RGB, some color. So let us add this color, and it's looking perfect. So let us add border radius to it. So for that we'll go to color, border radius 5 pixels. And there's a border radius, as you can see here. Then let us add hover effects for LIA2. For that I'll use LIA. Background color, I will go up, and this color, copy it and paste it here. So save it. As you can see that this is looking perfect. So for that I'll go to LIA, border radius 10 pixels. I think it will be enough. Yes, it's enough. I think we should change the font size of this. For that I can decrease it to 25 pixels so that it's small. Yeah, as you can see that now it's this website looking perfect. So I'll provide the source code in the description box. If you like this video, then hit the like button and share it to friends, and subscribe to learnerz too. I'll see you in next video. Until then, bye bye.